Hello and welcome back to the channel. Ed Paget here, and today I want to show you a simple way to stretch a muscle group that is commonly tight in people nowadays. Now these are the muscles of the front of the thigh, and they're also called the quads. Now the reason for this tightness may be varied and many, but I think one of the reasons is that we commonly sit in this flex position like this, and that is not the same as our evolutionary history where we would have had many varied and dynamic sitting positions. And whatever the origin of this tightness, I believe when these muscles get tight, they can actually pull the pelvis forward and anteriorly and overwork the lower back. So this can be a hidden cause of lower back pain. So how do we stretch the muscles at the front of the thigh? Well, there's a number of ways to do it, but I'm going to show you my favorite. I'm going to take a chair, or you can use a wall or a couch, but here we have a chair, and I'm going to stretch the muscles of my left leg. So I simply put my left foot up on the chair. Now this creates tension in these muscles here. Now for some of you that may be enough, but if you want a little bit more, you can move your other leg forward, and as you push your hips forward, pushing your pelvis into sort of a posterior tilt to open up this front bit through that really tight muscle, it's called the rectus femoris here. This will create a stretch. Now to add to that, you can put a bit of movement into it, but a dynamic movement. So you go forwards and backwards, what we call the sagittal plane. You can go left and right in the frontal plane, and you can rotate in the transverse plane. And I'd recommend about 10 of those movements in each one of those planes. Now for those of you who are thinking, well, it's not quite enough, then you would simply take your other foot and put it up in front of you. Now you can see what happened there. When this leg comes up, my pelvis wants to posteriorly rotate. And that's okay. But as I go forwards, I need to hold that posterior rotation to get more stretch into this area, okay? And then from here again, we can go through, forwards, backwards, side to side, rotate, rotate. Now if you were to take your hand above your head, you may even notice that the fascia, this internal sock or sleeve that we have in our body, also gets tight and increases the stretch in your quads. Now some of you may be saying, well, look, this isn't enough. I want more. I really want to open up these hips so that I can have freedom in the way my pelvis moves. All right, well, in that case, you need to line your knee up underneath your foot. So I would do that in this chair position like this. You can see my shin is now completely pointing upwards, and underneath, my knee is underneath my foot. Then I take the foot forwards, and now I've really got a strong stretch. Very limited movement here. Very limited movement to the sides, and very limited movement in rotation. But you can see the way my foot is free to move. That could be great for you if you've got any ankle problems, but if you want to take it one step further, you can put a pillow behind you, put your foot up against the wall. I put the pillow there so it just doesn't hurt my foot. Take the knee to the base of the wall so the foot is directly over the knee joint. Then take the foot up here, and you can see already this is hard for me. And now my heel is actually pushing into my butt. My pelvis is anteriorly rotated, so I want to try and work it into posterior rotation. In order to do that, I need to lengthen my quads, and I've got a support on one side, and I'm supporting myself here. Now from here, can I put any movement in? A tiny piece of movement forwards and backwards, a tiny piece left and right, and a tiny piece in rotation. So this is something I need to work on as well, but it's something most of us need to work on. So go on, give this a go. I'm going to wrap this video up now. If you've enjoyed it, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, but also click on that notification bell and send my channel to a friend who you think will enjoy this content as well. Thank you so much for doing those things. Your support makes a world of difference. Also, if you have scoliosis, I want to tell you about the amazing community we're building over on Facebook. I'd like to join this group, which is where the action and interaction with my community happens. Just follow the link in the description below, or the one that is pinned in the first comments. Stay tuned for my next video, which will be up soon. Till then, stay loose.